We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's time to get into formation. We gotta get ready for the battle. So call on your brothers and sisters. We gotta turn back to the scriptures. Stop making it all about you. Them preachers, they got it confused. Come out of her. Cause Yahuwah is our deliverer. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power and unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Lace up them boots. We gotta move, step, move, put on camouflage. We gotta be wise. Open your eyes to the most high in the sky. We must stop arguing, it's irrelevant. We must live in the Torah, it's heaven sent. He will put it in your heart, fulfilling the word of the new covenant. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed, cause nobody's perfect. We're called by his name. We're called by his name. Seek him to be worthy. We should be coming together. There's power and unity. It's time to come into the order, cause we are a living prophecy. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. It's a spiritual combat. Put on camouflage. Eyes in the sky.
Shalom, 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 shalom. It's Michael Israel here. You are watching Spiritual Combat. And as you saw at the beginning, that was a bunch of the pictures I took at the, and I'll put them up here while I'm running my mouth. But that was a bunch of the pictures I took at the Hebrews to Negroes premiere in Detroit, which was awesome. I've been real busy this week. I'm just now getting to the point where I can show the pictures and put everything out there. Um, Ron might be calling into the show today. He's if I'm busy, he's always twice as busy as me. But he might be calling in. If he doesn't, I still have some new information I'm gonna be bringing out concerning the Hebrews to Negroes movie coming to New York and some other places. And I'm also going to be bringing out some information about him streaming it. But I wanted him to come on because he knows the details. We also have some guests that I'm going to be bringing on momentarily. And a lot of other news and information going on. But yeah, if you were not there for the Hebrews and Negroes premiere, I feel sorry for you. Make sure you are there when it comes to New York City. Okay? Um, but anyway, with that said, we're going to introduce our first guest on here. If you bear with me. All right. So we're going to introduce our first guest on here. Um, and her name is Sister Wanda Israel. And shalom, sis. I'm doing good. There we go. I had to turn your sound up. But shalom, it's good to have you on the show. And
Thank
Sister Wanda, I'm going to hand it over to you and let you talk to the viewers of Spiritual Combat.
Shalom. I'm Wanda Israel King. I'm owner and co-founder of Hebrew Care. Um, and yeah, this is my son Lorenzo. He's actually the one that did that video that's on my Hebrew page. So yeah.
Okay, okay. And tell us a little bit about Hebrew Care.
Okay, so Hebrew Care is alternative kosher products. We started on our own, and the reason why we started it was because of all the health issues that I and a few people in my family had. So we started doing a lot of research. And we started out actually with Caladium Silver. Caladium Silver is it's a silver water, and it helps everything. Was it fungus, bacteria, viruses, skin, inside and out? I actually had severe bronchitis and allergies, and I no longer suffer with that.
Awesome.
And it's made with real silver. It's a mineral from the earth that the Most High God had intended for us to use. And we just got to give it back to the Most High. Taking it away from him and gave it to man who's making us sicker.
Right, right. And tell us a little bit about the products you have up there.
Okay, this is fastly becoming famous. This is our beard cleanser. All of our products are made with Palladio silver and all natural products. Also have the beard oil. A lot of the men love our famous Hebrew honey, royal honey. My husband actually raised bees, and so we sell honey, which is all natural, organic. We don't use no fillers. We don't use anything. Just take it right out of there, filter it out, and put it in a jar, and that's how it's sold. Um, and then we use the beeswax to make soap and lotions and a whole lot of stuff. This is our new upcoming product, and this is toothpaste. Well, this is not new. I'm sorry. This is our toothpaste, charcoal toothpaste. A lot of people love that. This is my first soap, the chocolate bar. It's for severe acne. I actually made it for my niece. She was suffering. She'd been to many doctors, and spending a whole lot of money and nothing was working. So I said, well, I'll try it with the beeswax, and I'll look up some natural things and the silver, and it worked. So now this is our most famous, which is the turmeric. So everybody loves this. Men, women, children, everybody. It's great for your skin. Uh, and of course, the Caladial silver.
Can't forget the deodorant.
And the deodorant. We got a whole lot of stuff and we're coming up with the shampoo and conditioner. Our lotion. I didn't bring that. And this is our new. This is for the beard for the men. They've been asking me for stuff, so here it is right here. We're gonna put that on the website.
Tell them what's in it.
Oh, okay. So we got the charcoal cleanser. That's a daily cleanser, and then we have deep shampoo. It's a deep conditioning shampoo.
Okay.
My son learned that the turmeric mask actually works great for ingrown hair. What is it called?
Razor bumps.
Yeah, razor bumps.
Wow.
So that's a new discovery.
Right.
He loves it. And then we got the deep conditioner in there, and we got the beard oil and the balm. The beard balm. So we have a lot of things on our page, and like I said, we did it with the issues that we are having with inside and out. I've been through a journey myself. I had two surgeries because I had a tumor on my pituitary, which was present on my optic nerve. So after that, I was put on high steroids, and I was gaining so much weight. And then my heart valve got messed up. And so I made the decision to give it back to the Father. I prayed about it, and I told my family, prepare for me to die, because I'm no longer taking these drugs. I was on 19 different medications.
How many?
19.
Wow.
And I was on the highest steroid, because my whole endocrine, after the second surgery, they took out most of my pituitary, which I don't recommend to anyone, but it really messed me up with train of thought. I was supposed to stutter. I was supposed to, get therapy and all this other stuff, but it messed up my heart valve. I had leaky heart valve. So I said, I'd just rather die than continue on taking all these medications, which are killing me. So I just started doing a lot of research and praying, and I almost died, but my faith kept me. And now I'm here. I'm not on any medications. So I have my ups and downs, but, it's all have to do with eating right, eating from the earth, and praying and having faith. That's what we need. Prayer and faith.
And it's funny you said that, because when you look at this medical establishment, outside of them finding what's wrong with you, outside of that, they're killing you. You know what I'm saying? They poison you, and what they do is kill you slow so they can shake you down for all your money.
That's
It's a hustle. And every time I turn around, I find another person. They're like, hey, if you take this, this will fix this. If you take that, this will fix that.
Right, that's right. Well, the Most High God gave us herbs. So, he said use every herb for meat, and they're our medicine. It's like dandelion. I found out, my youngest daughter found out, that dandelion is actually really good for us. It cleans the liver, and it's got every vitamin from A to Z, and it's really great. So is Claudio Silver. Claudio Silver actually is immune builder. It builds your immune system, it actually cleanse and replenish your white blood cells, which help you to fight. So we take it every day. My husband had severe allergies or onset asthma. He no longer have that. I'm not stating claim, but I can only tell you what we experienced as a family. Claudio Silver, all these products, they all from the Most High God, and we need to just give it back to our Father. He is our designer. He designed this body, so he knows how, what works and what's going to fix us.
Right.
they give us medication and that would mess up something else. And I started out with one drug and I ended up with 19, and all I was doing was killing myself.
Right.
So I know my heart valve is no longer leaking. It's still weak. I just have to, keep on praying and fasting and believe in the Most High. He'll fix it. He will fix it. We just have to have faith and just have to give in His time. It's in His time. That's what we got to learn.
And it's funny, one of the things, what they do with these doctors, they, the people who fund the schools and dump all the money into the schools are these pharmaceutical companies. So the
Yep.
way they train them is, this is the way you have to treat this. So they don't,
Exactly.
they purposely keep them dumb to natural stuff because there's no money in that. I mean, you got dandelions growing right out here, you
Right.
picking them as weeds.
Yes, exactly. And we're trained to kill the dandelion, and they're beautiful flowers. We're
Right.
trained to kill them. I don't want these stupid dandelions, but they're awesome from the flower all the way down to the root.
Right.
And the deeper the root, the better it is for you.
Say that again.
I said the dandelion is great for us from the flower all the way down to the root.
Okay.
And the root is the better part for you. Any rooted plant is really good for us.
Okay.
You wouldn't believe dead nettle, all that stuff that grow in your field. We need to learn about because hey, we're going to be in the wilderness one day, and we're going to need to know what this is. Might be even eating grass. My dogs eat grass when they have a stomach upset. So must be something to that.
Right. Yeah, and that's funny how the stuff that has the most healing properties, they tell you, oh, those are weeds, just kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like we have ginger root, which is good for your stomach, and fennel and all that stuff. And we're going to the doctor, and all they're doing is messing us up. And I mean, we just have to have our faith and just have to know that the Most High God gave it to us. He designed this body, and we just have to stick with Him.
Right. If you could tell us a little about your website.
Okay. Well, my website was designed by my son Lorenzo. He put everything in there. He put that video. He made the video. He was very patient with me because, like I said, I do have issues with train of thought. I'm not stating claim to that, but sometimes
Right.
it comes out. But my son, he's a school teacher, but his love is media.
Okay.
And he's working with the children in our community. He and his students just did a play on suicide and actually cutting yourself. And talk about your play.
Yeah. Well, just back to the website, just really quick. When I discovered that my mom had a knack for self-healing and things like that, I realized that a lot of the information that she was sharing with people, people was gravitating to that, and they wanted to learn. We got a lot of brothers and sisters out there that are taking it upon themselves to learn as much as they can.
Right.
And go out there and do the research themselves. We're realizing that we can't just take somebody's word for it. So with that being said, it was clear that with some of the things that my mom had developed for herself and for the family, that we had to be able to get it out there and share it with everybody else. My profession is in digital media and web design, so it wasn't a big deal to go to Shopify and put together a website. I know a lot of brothers and sisters out there want to start up a website, and I definitely recommend something like Shopify for that. I wanted to make sure that the website represented well. We got a lot of brothers and sisters out there that got something that they want to share with people and sell it, but presentation means a lot. The Black-owned business stigma is something that we definitely contend with. So we didn't want to be that just another statistic of oh man, I'm not going to get quality because it's a Black-owned business. So I wanted to make sure that the website reflected the kind of quality that was being put into the products. I wanted to make sure that the overall experience, the shopping experience, was seamless and had enough information there. Because we are dealing with products that you can't really say, hey, this right here is going to heal this, that, or the other. But we know from testimony that what people have said about our products, what we personally felt about our products, and what they personally done for us. So that's really what our website is built up of: testimonies, high quality images, so that you can see the product all the way around. And we're very responsive. There's a lot of opportunities on there for you to directly communicate with us. And if you go to our Hebrew Care Facebook page, you see that we 100% responsive. My mom is on there 24/7, talking with brothers and sisters um, that are dealing with multiple different things, but just mostly brothers and sisters that are looking for alternatives, and that's what it's all about. Stepping away from the pharmaceutical companies, stepping away from the big commercialized products, from companies that really don't care about us, and finding those alternatives that many people could do some research and make some of these things too, but we are passionate about it. We got a big family, so my mom have made sure that we step directly to using those alternatives. I can't remember when I used a Crest or a Colgate. I can't remember the last time. I've been using Hebrew Care toothpaste, so and it worked better.
Right.
But that's a little bit of the website. As far as the digital media piece, I'm an entrepreneur, and I was able to start up a program in digital media. Um, that I was able to sell to a school locally here. They liked the program, and they decided to give it a shot. And I've been there for almost 3 years now, working with the students there. And it's really a student-driven platform. Um, just to give the students a voice. Allow them to be able to say what they got to say, and work on projects and deal with certain issues that they want to deal with. And my mom was talking about the
Uh, I think your sound went out. Might have been a phone call. Yeah, I still can't hear you. You muted yourself. Let's see if I could unmute you. There. There we go. I unmuted you.
There we go.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, we didn't catch that last thing that you were saying.
Oh no, I was just listening. You had muted yourself, but you were talking about the program that you started at the school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So the program, as I said, is a student driven program, student driven studio in digital media. Just pretty much teaching the kids how to use the technology that they have right there at their fingertips, like their phones, to be able to express themselves uh, uh, and be able to get a word out. Teaching them everything from photography to graphic design, web design, and it was just a resource to the school that at the time they didn't have. So I utilized my skills and put together a proposal, and the school bought it. So definitely looking to be able to expand that, and teach young people how to be able to um, use digital media to either start a business or to do something as simple as what we're doing right now, which is telling our story.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, and digital media is definitely, man. It's definitely moving forward fast. Uh,
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
all right. Did you have anything else y'all wanted to bring out?
Well, we do have some a couple of product lines that we're going to be coming out with soon. The video was sort of the the little video that we put out, sort of the infomercial. I'm sure a lot of people have seen already, but we kind of want to just introduce everybody into our home, into our family, to the products, and we have a whole lot more that we are having the works for everybody.
Right.
One of the things that we're working on is the box service, where you can get a monthly a subscription to certain products that you select. And I think it will just make things a lot easier for people. We found that a lot of people don't really, can't really find the time all the time to sit down and order the things that they need. And it would be a lot easier for those things to just show up and be there when it's necessary. So
Right.
that's something that we have in the works, and it makes things a lot easier and more economically efficient for some of our customers. But as my
But we
mom
don't
said,
look
yep,
at them as customers. They're actually
that's
family.
right. That's what I was
We're
gonna.
all family here, and
Yeah.
the people that actually we call them our supporters because they support us, and that's what keeps us going is the support and people that actually believe in our products. And one sister asked me, she was like, "Sister, all these things I've tried and none of it ever worked." She said, "Do y'all pray over this stuff?" Absolutely, we pray over everything, all the packages that people order. We pray for them. A lot of people share their personal information. I pray, me and my family pray for them, and we pray for all the packages that are going out.
Okay. There's a question. Somebody asked, a couple questions. It's they asked beards only or shaving aids, please. That's what they said.
Well, the beard oil is actually good for the hair, the beard, the whole body. Now we don't have shaving cream or anything, but like I said, we have the turmeric mask, which I made for the ladies, but the men kind of found out like it just as much. And my son, he has problems with ingrown hairs. So he used it to get rid of razor bumps and to keep what else you said?
Well, it's
Something.
just whatever skin irritations that you have. You put that on it because it has the aloe in it and the combination of the turmeric. You put it on overnight, and the next day, whatever skin irritation that you had, just with the nature of growing your beard, and keeping it, the turmeric definitely helps a lot
We
with that.
use all natural products. None of this stuff have any chemicals or preservatives. Our preservative is vitamin E oil and colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is a natural preservative.
Wow.
They have actually done tests with milk. They put silver in one glass of milk and no silver in the other. A couple of days, the one with no silver in it rotted. The glass that had colloidal silver in it did not rot. So imagine what it does for our stomach.
Mm.
So yeah, we don't use we use real flowers for our rose bar. This is our rose bar. Actually, roses is really good for your skin. It smells amazing. But yeah, we use all natural products. We use a lot of vitamin E,
So
colloidal.
so 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 that bar of soap, those with real rose leaves in it.
Those are real rose leaves. Yes.
I
I tell you, man, this one of my favorites, man.
ain't playing around, boy. Now that is natural right there, boy.
The men love that soap. The women love it, but the men like it just as much.
Okay.
And we don't, this is a unisex, so we don't just like focus on one. The whole family is actually for the whole family, children too.
Right. Okay. I like that.
And then we found another discovery is our lotion actually works good for the hair. Oops. Well, it comes in different sizes, but our lotion is made, it has all the butters, of course, vitamin E, a lot of oils, essential oils, and it's great for the hair. People told me it detangled their hair. We put in our shampoo as well. The shampoo is about to come out. We make our conditioner with the honey, and the conditioner we found out works good for eczema. It works for the skin. So the Most High is amazing.
A lot of the products that we have is you can use it multi-purpose.
Yeah.
The toothpaste actually can be used on the skin as well. I wouldn't say leave it on there overnight, but if you really want to cleanse your skin, it can work as a facial cleanser as well.
Strong,
Yeah,
so you might want to use it for like
right,
if you have
right.
an outbreak, acne or something like that on certain spots. But I've heard people tell me they washed their face with it. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, yeah, and I've had people that told me that it helped their pericarditis. Some people have gingivitis, um, bleeding gums, and it has charcoal is a cleanser. It takes a lot of impurities out of your skin, your mouth, and black charcoal is awesome. And it cleans good too. So, but only thing you don't want to clean is your clothes because it will stain your clothes.
Because what's funny, I got it sitting right here. I bought some toothpaste, not
Right.
from a dollar store, and it
Uh-huh.
doesn't have it's fake toothpaste. Like this is fake. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
have the dental association thing. It's like I'm getting, and I'm so glad that our people are waking up and we're beginning to build our own economy and all that stuff like that, because it's like the deodorant will make your arms break out. Like they're trying to
Yeah.
poison you, and they know
Yeah.
there's money in poisoning you.
Well, they know that you have some good glands. We also have pores on our skin, so anything you put on the outside of your skin is going to go on the inside. And I believe that the tumors rather came from hair perms. I used to keep my hair permed. I believe that the tumors came from.
My wife, Sister Coy, we just did a show talking about, they linked all that up. Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And even excuse me, with the Kotex, sisters want to get away from that. They got natural Kotex out here with women having fibroids and endometriosis. All that come from Kotex. They're killing us.
Wow.
And anything possible. So we gotta, take it from the murderers because they're killing us.
Yeah.
And they got a history. They consistent.
Yes, they have a history.
People, hey, folks think it's all good now. We all, hey, we buddies now. We are the world. And no, they ain't let up. They just took it.
Have not.
Yeah, they took it low key.
Yes, exactly.
There's been things that's been proven to be harmful, within their own communities, like fluoride, for example. Fluoride was used by the Nazis, to kill off some people. They used to put it in the water. That was one of the tactics that they would use. And now we have it in our toothpaste.
Right.
They even go as far as putting it in some of the baby water, saying that it improves bone in the teeth. And it's completely not true.
No.
Fluoride makes people very sick.
Yeah, I don't trust nothing these folks say, man. These other nations, I don't trust nothing they say. They are very consistent when you look at them through the right, from the right angle. You know what I'm saying?
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry. Sorry. The Most High gave Noah the blueprint to build the ark. So a lot of people are saying, wow, I didn't know Hebrew Israelites had all this talent. Well, the talent was always there, but the Most High going to give it back to us. We got to wake up. Just like he has the gifts of the Spirit, he gives us the gifts. He's given us the blueprint. I'm not a doctor, but, I amazed myself. My husband, he just up one day and was like, I want to raise bees. We had all this wax, and I'm like, well, people, we're giving it all away, and people are like, well, could you sell me a Sure, so, slowly we got into business of selling, but people go on my website and they say, sister, your stuff don't cost a whole lot of money. Your stuff is very reasonable. You can't get rich from what I do or what we do. I'm not trying to get rich from my people. My biggest thing is I want my people to heal, and I want us to know that we got to give it back to the Father, because that's who it belongs to. All this stuff that is healing us is from him, not man.
Right. That's right. That's right. And you said something. You said you're not a doctor. I beg to differ, because the doctors ain't doctors. The doctors is poison dealers or drug dealers, whatever you want to call them, killers.
They're practicers. They practicing on us how to kill us.
Exactly. Yeah. It's right there in the name. And a funny thing, there was an article in L.A. a couple years ago, I forget how many years ago, all the doctors went on strike and the death toll dropped.
Wow. Wow. You see that? You see that?
That's something else.
I even heard people say, well, when we go in the wilderness, we're not going to have our diabetes medicine. We're not going to have this. Well, guess what? You're not going to have those poisonous foods either. So you're going to get better anyway. Eat some dandelion. You'll be all right.
Yeah, and it talks about the healing that's going to happen as we begin to go
That's
over
right.
there. And
Yes.
I mean, I really you like when you really look around. Like for instance, I went in the grocery store the other day, and I walked past the grapes, and every grape was like huge. Like I was
Yeah.
like, what? I mean, the grapes look like plums, and I was like, that can't be right. And they all had the same mark in the same place on every one.
Yeah.
I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? Them things look
And they're all
good, but I ain't
seedless,
messing
too.
with them.
Yeah. And they're all seedless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
start
killing
out
us, man.
You know that was really like this journey for us began when as we were waking up and realizing like we had these dietary laws, so we try to avoid eating certain things, and almost everything that we ate was tainted in some sort of way. You just
Right.
like, well, what is this that they're putting in the food? Like, what is this ingredient?
Yeah.
And you start doing the research on the ingredient. You found out they derived some ingredient from some insect, some animal that's just unclean. So that for me, that was one of the biggest things, like using products that I don't know what these ingredients are. Like, what is this?
Right.
So
Right.
for us, that's what really sparked making our own products, because we know what we're putting in it.
That's right.
We everything that we using is natural. Like everything that we use, we know what's in it.
Yeah.
And that has to be important. That should be the most important thing. It should be no reason you go to the store to get a loaf of bread and they got 36 different ingredients in it. My little sister, she whipped up some bread in an hour. She used about 4 different ingredients,
That's
and it tastes better.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's definitely important for us to examine the stuff that we're using on our bodies, ingesting, because they're putting stuff and experimenting with certain things that is a complete abomination to us,
Right.
and we just would never know if we don't decide to take a look at it and say, you know what, I don't know what this is. I need to find an alternative.
That's right.
And one of my ox, Yehukanan Yashala, he made a good point, and all y'all, everybody out here watching who has a business, he said, if you align your business with the Great Awakening, it's gonna take off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely, yes. Because when you're praying and you're fasting and all that, you're connected with the Most High, especially if you're following the dietary laws. That's a movement right there. Our hair, going to natural hair and locking up our hair. Why are you so upset and angry because the way I'm wearing my hair? Because they know we're making a connection with the Most High, and they don't want that.
right.
They want to cut Sam some hair. So
Yeah.
we know that the Most High is working on us. And
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
got to get it together because He's electing and re-electing, and we, all the way up until it's just a third of us left. So we just got to get this right.
And you know what? You saying that just brought something to made me remember something I saw this morning. Is this brother made this documentary? I think it was like a 15-minute documentary. I think I saved it. And he was just talking about people dyeing their skin and how they taught us, just like Malcolm X said, it's these people taking crafty counsel. Instead of them having to openly hate us, they get us to hate ourselves.
That's
It's like it's something that me and my man Yehukanan Yashal and the other brews I built with, it's imperative that we look at this culture that we've been brainwashed into saying is ours. We have to go back through our lives and what we do day to day and separate ourselves from this culture as best as we can.
Right. That's right.
doing what you buying our products from people like you, and my wife makes stuff like that too.
Hmm.
Just in every way, beginning to function as a nation and choosing none of our oppressors' ways. We have to
That's
do
right.
that
That's
because
right.
these people, just like you done got me fired up. But look,
All praise.
we see everywhere. Like you can look everywhere. The fruit, the skincare products, the hair care stuff. Every direction you look, these people are trying to kill us.
That's
And we
right. That's
can't, we got to wake up and realize, look, this is why we got to embrace our Hebraic culture. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Buy
Yeah.
clothes made by brews. Like I got
Exactly.
the Weeds chain on. You know what I'm saying?
All
Buy
praise.
brew. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Go
right.
ahead. Go ahead.
That's
I'm sorry.
bro. I look on there and I'm like a big supporter of Hebrew. I rejoice to the wine, brother Ben. I got my
Yeah.
wine, Latoya bracelet. I got jewelry and clothes and hair, scarves and stuff for my brothers and sisters because guess what? For some reason, when I wear their their jewelry, their clothes, and everything, it just feels like some type of something awakens in me. I'm like, yeah, I'm Hebrew Israelite. Yes,
Right.
I'm the salt of the earth. I'm the apple of the Most High. You feel good. You really do feel good.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know that money is staying in your nation. Is
Yes, that's
you
right.
beginning to
For
walk
us,
in this
not us.
nation mindset. Go ahead.
All praises.
You
All
know,
praises. Most
just thinking about what you was just saying just now, brother, just us, uh, recalibrating our brains and rethinking and understanding everything all over again. It makes me think back to the way our ancestors done things. That our ancestors have this type of consumerism mentality that, oh, you know what, I need a bar of soap, I gotta go to the store.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That our ancestors think that, you know what, I need to brush my teeth, I gotta go to the store
Right.
to purchase these products. No, they didn't.
That's right.
They made it right there at home.
They made
That
it,
was how they was able
or they
to keep
bartered.
their money.
They
Yeah, that's right.
bartered. They couldn't make it. The Most High even gave us ways of washing ourselves. Because He know that Hebrew is like we're clean. The Most High raised us to be clean. So He gave us a nut. It's called oh my gosh, I think it's called soapy nut or such. It's a nickname for it. It's also a plant. You can make it, soap with it. And then I'm like, he's truly amazing. We got to get back. We're from nature. We're from the ground. We got to get back to the earth.
Right.
We got to get back to the earth. Got to take it, and we got to get from the earth. So that's what we got to learn. We
Yeah,
got
I
to
mean,
learn to do.
the consumerism ideas and the products that we're buying, a lot of the stuff that we are buying, like some people have deal with eczema. You wouldn't have eczema if you changed your diet.
That's right.
In some cases, a lot of the issues that we are having is because of the products that we consuming, and they'll just make a new product for the new issue that they cause with what they put in the product.
That's right.
And then you go to the practitioner and he gives you poison to kill
Yeah.
you slowly.
That's right.
It's a
Yeah.
mess.
And then you got a new element, and then he give you a new poison for that one then too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What is that? The snake oil, right?
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But it's definitely a pleasure having y'all on. I
Thank
want
you for
to
having me.
tell all the people watching. I'm gonna pull your website up again if you can give them the web address.
Yes, that's HebrewCare.com.
Okay, so HebrewCare.com, definitely and you can see the quality on the website. So definitely check them out, HebrewCare.com. And support all the Hebrew Israelite businesses and stuff like that are out here. My platform, that's one of the main purposes of it is information, dissemination to build our nation. You know what I'm saying? Getting the word out, letting y'all know what's going on out here. And
Yes,
like
yes.
I said, there was a brother on here the other day, my aunt Yahakwa. He's right along the same lines. I'm gonna be working closely with him because he goes to all these Hebrew gatherings and these events, and he'll represent your products for you. And I'm sure he's gonna.
Hotline.
Huh?
I'm gonna hook up with him. Hebrew Hotline.
Yep, Hebrew
I'm
Hotline.
about to hook up with that brother too. Yes.
Yep. And me and him are gonna be working on some projects together, just so I could enable him and do what I can to accelerate this thing, so we could get up out of this Babylonian nightmare we're in.
All praises. And you know what, Brother Michael, I just want to thank you for the platform. I want to thank you. You're not gaining anything from this, but what you're doing is help building this nation to be stronger. And that's what we need. We don't need to have our hand out asking for nothing if we don't. The Most High going to provide. So
he does. I done gained plenty from walking in his truth. All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Father. That's right.
All right.
Well, thank you for having us on.
And I appreciate y'all coming on, and appreciate y'all watching. So we got more, y'all. We got more. We got Malak Israel, and I see you got your name different. I'm gonna bring you in though. Hold on one sec. Let's see. All right. And give me 1 second here, y'all. I'm getting everything set up for our next guest. Myron from South Carolina. I'm gonna bring him on. I see you got your mic muted. I will unmute it for you though. All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
Hallelujah.
So this is Myron, otherwise known as, pronounce your name?
Malachi
Israel.
Me and Israel. Yeah, you got it.
And me and Malachi Israel, we are going to be working. We are in the early stages of putting a framework together for a men's prayer ministry, basically. Sister Only Love and Mother Malaka have reached out to me about this because and they've seen some of my teachings, and I teach on a lot of the elephant in the room issues that plague our men, you know what I'm saying, and women too. And they end up affecting our relationships in our lives. So, like I said, I teach a lot on pornography addiction, lust, molestation, rape, unforgiveness, and dealing with all these elephants in the room that plague our relationships and plague the Hebrew Israelite community. And the Most High brought me up and raised me up in a special way. When I was being raised up, I didn't know why I was going through all the confusion and pain I was going through. But
hallelujah.
Lo and behold, now I know. You know what I'm saying? Why there were a lot of dead end roads I went down only to come all the way back down them. And I was like, why did I do that? Why did I waste that chunk of my life with that? And now I know why. You know what I'm saying? He was building me up for a purpose. But anyway, when they asked me about that, one of the first names that popped in my head was Myron, because I had been watching some of his teachings that he started doing recently. And me and him, I met him in person at the Sukkot, and I witnessed him, Josh, and Morris just basically do an exorcism, and they have that's their spiritual gift. But if you could, Myron, go ahead and Akmalak, go ahead and introduce yourself and just give your testimony if you could.
Okay. All right. Shalom to everyone. First of all, praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Michael, for bringing me on to speak to the Mishpachah, to say hallelujah, and just want to say that reiterate what Brother Michael said. I met him at the Sukkot down in Florida, and it was a hurricane at that same time, named by Michael, and I kind of, just saw a vision of, as it speaks of in the prophets, that Michael shall go before us, before that great day, So it was a hurricane then, and I had been seeing Michael on the YouTube and Facebook and whatnot, but I was never able to meet him in person. So I thought it was very significant that I met him after the storm. And what a great storm. Everybody, on the East Coast knew about Michael, We know that Michael stands for the strong one or the mighty one, the mighty angel of the Most High. And since I met this brother, I've seen his strengths, and he's very tall in person too. I didn't know he was so tall. So, but anyway, me and the brother, we clicked, ASAP and everything. And I've been seeing him, and his spiritual combat ministry and everything kind of relates to me, knowing that he was in the military, that I learned when I met him, and me being through prison for 10 years, when I was 17, living a life of drug dealing and whatnot. And to do 10 years from 17 to 27, and then to see him understand that he went through the spiritual combat, and I just realized that we kind of came along the same line, because it's the same kind of system, the bunks and everything, and to get out now, as he said, to go back through that same walk again and to meet each other in the spiritual aspect of it, because we all were bound there. It's just that he went willingly and I went unwillingly, but we all went, and to be back out here like this is very, very powerful. And I just think about the apostles. We know that Shaul, Paul, Kepha, Peter, even Daniel, they all went through a spiritual combat type of thing. They all found themselves in prison. And we know that they went for righteousness. And I look at myself, I know what I went for was unrighteous, but it shows me that we could not go through this without them, and they couldn't go through what they went through without us. So now we're coming together like one stick, but we all have to go through that that experience,
Right.
But now, since I went through that, I can feel and experience what our forefathers went through. They went through it in their righteousness. I went through it in my unrighteousness, but our Mashiach brings us all together as one, and that's powerful. You start to understanding why Mashiach says that Abraham saw my day and he was glad, Now that I see, brethren that come out of some hardships, such as prisons, gangs, or whatever it may be, they're considered low lives. But when I think of the scriptures, such as Hebrews chapter 13, starting with verse 1-3, when Shaul says, let brotherly love continue. Let brotherly love continue. So when I see this brother like Michael and many other brothers, Yehukanan, Yasharala, brother Joshua Collins, brother Mars Williams, and brother Tony Poe, elder Dimitri Milligan, and many more, when we all have been through different scenarios in our life, now we meet each other in the spiritual combat sense. We can still allow our brotherly love to continue. That's powerful,
Right.
Then the verse 2 of that same chapter says, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. So we all came from these different walks of our lives, the Hebrew nation as a whole. And then we come together on these platforms, and it's like none of us are strangers, And when we begin to know each other, it's like, I've entertained an angel, when we get together and collaborate together and put our minds together in our history, in our culture. And then verse 3 says, remember them that are in bonds or in prison, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body. So when I hear that, beginning with brotherly love until remember those that are bound as if you were. So when I see Brother Michael and other brothers like that that's been in army settings and Marines and whatever, or in prison, or things of those are bonds. And then I look back at our apostles, Shaul, Kepha, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I can actually relate to those brothers' bonds now. And all of that makes us one now. One strong nation, man. So that's what fills me up today, man. The Most High is bringing us together in our bonds. And now that we come together in our bonds, it's like we entertain the angels, man. Right. Angels, Malakins, messengers, Zadites. It's powerful, man, when you really sit here. But you can only do that if you relate to each other bonds. Every one of us came from different walks. So you can't let brotherly love continue unless you do that. Right. You can't even sit with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. When they were thrown in different situations in their lives. When Sarah went down to Egypt into Abimelech's house, and she found herself in a bond. And the Most High spoke to Abimelech and says, let her go, because that's Abraham's wife. Now we are in our captivity, and we know, as y'all talked about earlier, the chemicals and things that they put in these things that we use every day. We can't relate to that if we haven't related to our fathers, man. Right. So, right. And therefore, Yahuwah has given us what? A way to escape. Right. A way to escape. Because go ahead, brother. Yeah. Go ahead, Aki.
Because the thing is, it's a spiritual prison. It's spiritual. That a lot of people are in, and certain situations will wake you up to that. For me, it was being in the military, and towards the end of my career, I really was encountering a lot of racism, and I didn't even know what it was, you know what I'm saying? And it was just brutal, but it's that wake-up call that, that's how he shakes you awake, when you have that calling. Some people might need a harder shaking, Yeah. Some might just take a nudge. Some people got to get kicked out the bed.
That's right. That's right, man. Right. Because getting kicked out the bed. That's because I know you probably know about that because you in the military. You got to get up.
Oh yeah.
And stand at rank.
Right.
And when they call your name, you got to gird your loins. See, so then you start to understand those scriptures when it says, stand up and gird your loins, or Quam Yasharala, rise up.
Right.
If you haven't experienced those bonds, you won't know what that means when it says, sleeker, Abraham, meaning go forth now.
Right.
Meaning gird your loins. You ain't gonna know what that means if you haven't went through these or went and visit those in prison, right, or clothed those that were naked, or fed the hungry. Because the Messiah said, when you did this to the least of them, you did it unto me.
Right.
That's what he's saying. You've experienced the same bond that your brother have, and that's the only way you're gonna allow brotherly love to continue.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
So hold on 1 second. Let me fix this. So people, if they want to see your teachings, how can they find you?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Malachi bin Israel. That's just basically where I'm at on Facebook. But my email is Myron Scott, Myron MYRON, Scott SCOTT. All those are lowercase letters. 55@gmail.com. Other than that, I'm in Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay.
I know a lot of people know Joshua Cullins. that's my brother. That's my aunt. We fellowship together, and down and brother Mars Williams. He's close to me down here in Augusta,
Right.
Georgia, like 2 hours away. Then my aunts. Those are the one that's closer to me when you dealing with traveling and everything. But you know, we all one as a nation.
Right.
So that's basically it.
Okay.
Facebook. I come on live on Facebook and speak what thus says the Most High, and pretty much I'm married. My wife, Tahila Bat-Yah, special woman with dreadlocks down to her back, got that strength. She's a lion, you know, and everything's good, man. It's peace, man. I just praise the Most High. Like I said, as Slow-Mo says, we come from prison to reign, you know?
Right.
Yeah, we're not set free from these bonds to be what? To be taken back into these bonds again, you know? We're set free to go forth like, you know, like a calf out of the stall, you know? To go forth, you know? Now that we've been set free. So praise the Most High for that, man, you know? And I pray that everyone is encouraged out there who has been set free from these different bonds, and don't go back like a dog going back to the vomit, or a pig going back to the mud after being washed, you know? So so that's basically it, man, you know? Just stay encouraged, man, and keep that spiritual comeback mindset, you know?
Right.
Hallelujah.
We in war.
We in war. That's right. We at war.
So Malachi, I appreciate you coming on, man. Me and you definitely we got a lot of work, kingdom work to do. Look forward to building with you and getting this thing up and going, so our men can get delivered from this demonic depression that a lot of our men are under. And I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, and I want to add to that just last statement you made. You said that our men be set free from the demonic forces. And I come to think of that because, you know, that's what Mashiach came for, to bring things back in order. And it says that the earth is moaning and groaning for the sons of Elohim to come forth, the beings, you know?
Right.
So we can't come forth if we're bound by demonic forces. So we have to, going back to what it says, remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourselves also in the body, because we're one body. So we have to intercede for these brethren, you know, that are still bound, you know. I heard Brother Dimitri say that earlier today. He says, when you're strengthened, go strengthen the brethren. That's a command. Our Mashiach told Kepha that. That's the only reason he said that. He says what? Feed my sheep. Feed my lambs. Feed my lambs. He told Shimon Kepha that 3 times. He said, if you love me, feed my sheep, feed my lambs, feed my lambs. He said it 3 times. So that is a command that we go strengthen the brethren when we release from these bonds, brother. That's a command. Yeah, praise Yah.
All right, so that's Brother Malachi Israel. Appreciate him coming on the show. And what we're gonna do next, we got a lot more stuff. Our Ak Ugo is over in Africa, and he finally he hooked up with Elder Cletus over there, because they are in the same area. And I'm sure some of y'all saw the video on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Facebook, but I'll just play it here for y'all when they met up. And I asked Ugo if he could just, if they do an interview or whatever, if they get a chance, send it to me so I could bless y'all with it. But here's a video of them meeting up here. So let me, there we go. All right. I'll put it on the big screen. All right, so check it out.
Made my brother Adam live and blood. and I'm happy you have seen the climate now. We are in a Hamatan climate, very good climate, not hot, not cold. I want you people to come home. You have a home. Come home, we are waiting for you. Yes, we are waiting for you home. Okay, shalom Israel.
Yeah, shalom.
Leaders. Okay? Go.
All right, so that is Ugo over there. He's visiting his people over there. As you know, Ugo, once he found out that he was I forget what percent Igbo, he was adopted by an Igbo family. So so that's what's going on over there. Now, let's see what else we got. If y'all have not seen it yet, Ron Dalton put out another trailer for the online release of his documentary, Hebrews to Negroes. So let's check that out real quick. All right.
Wait is finally over. The movie Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America is here after 3 years in the making. Many African Americans right now are so happy to finally see the day that our true biblical identity is being declared to the world. It has truly been a long time coming, and this day could not have come at a more crucial time. The independent film Hebrews to Negroes premiered December 20th, 2018 at the landmark Maynard Theater in the Detroit metropolitan area in Michigan in front of a crowd of 400 plus people. The audience experienced 3 hours of mind-blowing proof in regards to the hottest topic of the 21st century: who are the real children of Israel? Those who already viewed this film are calling it the most in-depth, complete, scholarly, and truthful biblical documentary of all time. Others are saying that this movie will change the way the world reads and understands the Hebrew biblical Old Testament. As we know, with the internet and social media, the whole world is also anxiously awaiting this movie of biblical truth. So now is the time to gather everyone around, wherever you are, for the big announcement. If you missed the opening premiere of this epic movie, don't worry. It'll be streamed online in video on demand format around the dates January 1st to the 3rd, 2019. All you need is a strong Wi-Fi internet connection and a smart TV to see the Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America movie from the comfort of your home or from your mobile device. For details on the streaming platform we will be using, such as Vimeo On Demand, Amazon Prime, and Quality TV, go to www.thenegronetwork.com or www.HebrewsToNegrosMovie.com. We want this movie to go viral to the whole world, to people of different ethnicities and nationalities. So spread the word so that the truth can be seen and heard. Thank you for your support with the movie Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, and we urge everyone to subscribe to our emailing blast list on the website www.HebrewsToNegrosMovie.com. Shalom.
All right. I'll pause it and leave that information up there. So yeah, that's the latest information. He's going to be coming on the show here soon, maybe this weekend, because there's more information he has about the New York event. You know, he has some new detailed information. Also, what we're going to get into now is the interviews. The post-movie interviews I did after the movie. We're going to watch a bunch of those. So we're going to get into that. Let me get that set up. It's a lot of good interviews. It was an awesome event. And it wasn't just that his documentary itself was good. It was that the experience of being at a movie premiere, that was amazing also. And meeting all those Hebrews up there in Detroit, because, you know me, I'm way down here in Florida. So it was awesome to get up there, meet all those brews up there, and just fellowship with all brothers and sisters that we might not see. All right. This first brother here, and I'll pull him up here. He'll say his name, but he actually makes his own wine. Because after I left Detroit, I went to Cincinnati for a Hebrew men's gathering, and he was part of that assembly that put that event on. And I don't drink alcohol because I drank enough in my first 30 years of my life for 20 lifetimes. So I don't drink. I try not to even smell rubbing alcohol. But anyway, but Sister Koya, she enjoys a glass of wine from time to time. Well, this brother, he made some wine, does it himself, and Sister Koya said it was amazing. We're gonna have this brother on the show here very soon, and he could give you, because he gave his whole testimony how he went about making it, and he has a spirit of excellence of the way he went about getting that, perfecting that formula and everything like that. Like I said, I've been meeting so many people in the past couple of weeks. I do not remember his name, but he'll say it on here in the interview. So let's get into these interviews. Let's do that. All right. Hey, everybody been saying.
Come on, fat man. Come on, reboot movie with me. Come on. Golden.
Bad for Oh, he all tangled up. She got them Timbos. All right, shalom, y'all. It's Michael Israel, and I'm here with
Benaiah Ben Israel.
And Benaiah, we just finished watching Ron Dalton's Hebrews to Negroes. What'd you think?
I thought it was very, very informative, especially how he went back into the archaeology and the history of the ancient cultures and tied it through, lineage and bloodline on who we are and showed the disperse of our people throughout the four corners of the globe. And like me and my wife was talking about, when you look at our people today, you can see the different African tribes within us, from pygmies. We got some of us that's short and stout, from the grade of our hair and all. And I think it was just very informative and very forthcoming.
Yeah, he's definitely bringing out some heavy information. And he went in depth. I mean, did you see why they call him the human encyclopedia, the Hebrew encyclopedia?
Yeah, that had to be like 10 years of information, condensed into like a 3-hour thing. Like the brother Yosef, I study archaeology and history. I love it, but he brought out some things according to like Pygmy myth, Cherokee myth, and things like that I didn't come across in my studies. And these people, worship Yah. That they had similar creation stories. And they even pronounce the name Yahweh or Yehovah the same. So you can't deny the information presented.
Yeah, no other nation could come anywhere near the stuff he was bringing out tonight. So it just makes you proud. You know what I'm saying? Now we got scholarly information that you can't debunk that. You ain't gonna refute it.
They gotta refute it with scholarly information. Where it's gonna come from?
It's gonna be pure comedy, whatever they come with.
Exactly.
What's your name again?
Benaiah Ben Israel.
All right, Benaiah Ben Israel. Nice to meet you. Appreciate you doing the interview. Shalom, man.
Shalom.
Come on, Yosef. Let's get you in here, man.
Right, man.
And just real fast, Ak Yosef, he put on the men's gathering in Cincinnati, and he's going to be putting on another one in Nashville. And like I said, we're behind this brother. It's funny because me and some of my ox, we felt led to put on an event kind of similar to what Ak Yosef was doing, but we met him, and when I went to his event, I realized we need to get behind them and support them on what they're doing, not try to reinvent the wheel and create another event, but just get behind them and support them on what they're doing, because they were doing exactly what we felt led to do. So it was just awesome meeting this brother. He's a solid brew, and I just look forward to building with this brother. All right, so we're going to check out the interview. Let me pull it up. We putting in that kingdom work.
Thank you. All
right. Look at that camera there.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, shalom, y'all. Michael Israel, and I am here with
Yosef Yasharal.
And we just finished watching Hebrews to Negroes. Brother, what'd you think?
Oh man, I never seen that much history compiled into a segment like that. I mean, like Benaiah just said, it just had to be like 10 years of studying put into that. And I've just gone into the Cherokee tribes, going into the Indians, tracing them back to Israelites, all these other different people that we kind of overlook. We think about just the African Americans and people in Africa, but we gotta look deeper than that. When they spread it abroad and different facial features, woolly hair. We always talk about us being the one with woolly hair, right? But there's other people out here that got woolly hair and they got woollier hair than we do. So that was just a real good movie, just coming from a Hebrew brother. You know what I mean? Right. And it made me think like sky's the limit. With this brother, and went in the actual movie theater and then laid out his movie like that. You know what I mean? You tell me another brother that did that.
Yeah. Hey, he pushing the limits, man. That's right.
Hallelujah. So, how is he going to be sharing that video? How is he going to be sharing that movie?
Well, he's going to do some more touring, and then eventually it's going to be released on media, or online media, on all the different major platforms. I'm going to help him do all that stuff like that. But yeah, and I'm sure the world will be looking forward to.
Hallelujah. Well, I appreciate you, man, for having me, and I'm looking forward to having you down at the men's gathering tomorrow.
And let the people know about that.
Oh yeah, hallelujah. Yeah, well, we got the men's gathering coming up. Starting tomorrow, 12 noon. We got different activities about business advice. We got boxing. We got survival skills. We got relationships. We got scripture studies. We're gonna be going out bowling, get to know your brothers a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? And just in between, we get Hebrews get together. We up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, going over scriptures, building, getting to know each other until we all gotta go. So next 2 days, you want to get down there, Cincinnati, Ohio, and also the women. They're gonna have a portion for the women as well on the Sabbath day, the Shabbat day. All right, and we'll be able to get you up to date if they can do something for the Friday as well.
All right. So that's our Yosef. I'm Michael Israel. So yeah, man. So and that event he put on down there, it was definitely an amazing event. And we're gonna move ahead with the interviews. Let's see who we got next. All right, and you teach out here?
I teach in Michigan.
All right. Well, we want to, because like I was telling him on my show I get a lot of people in this area asking, hey, who are the Hebrew teachers? So we'll put that out there. Let's get a picture real quick. And I'll let you get one by yourself. All right. And then I'm going to interview you real quick.
Okay.
All right. Shalom, y'all. It's Michael Israel, and I am here with
Benjamin Yah.
All right. And we've just finished talking, but you're a teacher out here, right?
Yes, I'm a rabbi teacher in the Michigan area.
Okay. And if you could just tell them a little bit about your ministry and what you do and everything like that.
Well, Baruch Hashem Worldwide Ministry. We've been in operation. We've been teaching Hebrew for the last 20 years in the Detroit, Michigan area. Okay. Had some teaching in the Hebrew Academy, Messianic Academy, about 10, 12 years ago. Okay. I've been studying Hebrew for about 20 years now.
Okay. And what'd you think about Ron's movie?
Oh, fantastic. It's wonderful. The awakening is taking place. I'm glad he was able to do this, bring information to people who are wakening up, who become, I put it like this, the global revival is taking place. It is. People are being revived in their mind, in their hearts, and so we have a venue where people can come together and get the information and connect the dots. To see concrete, clear, exactly what's going on.
All right. And it ain't no hearsay. He was one of the things I was showing my wife is that he was backing up every statement with like 2 or 3, resources or whatever.
Absolutely, and this is what we need. We're in a time now where people are waking up. They're waking up and trying to figure out what is going on. And so now you have someone like Brother Ron with the book, the movie. It's connecting. It's making sense to a lot of people now. It's making clear sense. It's understanding spirit and truth. You know, coming together, being united, and being strong. And I think that when I look back, maybe 15, 20 years ago, how many people was kind of underground, but now people are coming out, and they're not angry, but yet coming together and say, wow, we can do this as a people, as a black people.
Yes, so it was definitely an amazing time. Also, Benjamin, if somebody was interested in, I guess, coming to one of your teachings or anything, how can they get in contact with you?
There are a few teachers here that I go places where I do teach. I don't have their numbers as of now, but we will be able to forward that information at some point.
Okay, all right. So, Benjamin, appreciate you coming out, and I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. All right. So, like I was saying earlier, there were a lot of teachers there, and I definitely wanted to get them out there, get the word out there with them. Hold on one second. Yeah, I definitely wanted to get the word out there, because a lot of brothers and sisters, I've gotten messages where they were asking, hey, how do we get in contact? Are there any Hebrew teachers up here or any congregations? And like I said, there were a lot. You see by the interviews. All right, let's get into the next interview I did. All right. Yeah. All right, shalom, y'all. Michael Israel, and I'm here with...
It's Nelly Nell DeVee, Israel.
And if you could, tell us what you thought about the movie.
Oh, man, it was excellent, man. I've been following the brother for years now, so this is probably my third movie I've seen of the brother, man. So he always come with that hard knowledge, man. Irrefutable. All the DNA evidence, man, it's just amazing how much knowledge the brother can retain and be able to articulate. And you know what I'm saying, put it out there. We got an actual real presentation now, so definitely we making big steps right now, man. This is a big deal right now, so definitely just really excited about this opportunity, man, for all us to come together. It's a beautiful event, man, and that's what it's all about, man. Really.
So how'd you enjoy the whole experience of coming out to actual movie theater and seeing it like that?
Well, I mean, it's always a blessing, man, to be in a building amongst like-minded people, amongst my people. And really, man, this was the highlight of the day, the highlight of the week, highlight of the month. I've been looking forward to this for, months now. Yeah, so just to be here amongst the Akim from out of state. We got people here from Kentucky, Ohio. Where you from, Mark?
Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida, Michigan, Philadelphia. So it's just an honor really to be amongst all my brethren and sisters, man. So I'm just happy to be here, man, and being a part of the world premiere, Hebrews and Negroes.
I appreciate you coming out, huh? All right. So again, like I said, a lot of information came out in there, and there's a lot of good information. All right, let me move on to the next stop. All right, I did a lot of good interviews. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go through them all. Let's see. All right. So here we go.
About the website real quick.
I'm gonna take your picture real quick.
Okay.
All right. And I'll get you one by yourself. All right. Hey, shalom, y'all. Michael Israel, and I'm here with
Yeshaya.
And Brother Yeshaya, first of all, what did you think about the Hebrews and Negroes movie?
Oh, man, it was great. It was a groundbreaking event. I enjoyed it, had some good information, and I hope some more people can wake up from it.
And Yeshaya, you have a ministry out here. You're from here in Detroit, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's one of the big things I was telling Ak earlier is I get a lot of requests about ministries in the Detroit area. So if you could tell them a little bit about your ministry and also how they could get in contact with you.
Okay. You can get in contact Chosen Seed. We offer 6 Mile right off of Southfield. Come on out anytime. Come break bread with us. Come get some of that good word.
And you have a website?
Oh yeah, we got a website for clothes, chains, chosens-tees.net. We can get any of the clothes, chains, custom anything you desire.
Awesome. So Chosen Seed here, like he said, the documentary was awesome. Definitely check him out. I'm Michael Israel, the spiritual. All right. So that's Chosen Seed. So that's good. That's another ministry that's up there for people to check out. Because, like I said, a lot of people, they tell me they feel isolated. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the whole thing about spiritual combat. What I'm doing is information dissemination to build our nation.
Somebody got to be with me.
All right, shalom, y'all. Michael Israel, and I am here with
Kanat.
All right,
Yeshaya.
All right, and what y'all think of the of Ron Dalton's Hebrews to Negroes documentary?
Hey, it was very good, man. Very good. A lot of information that was brought out. Didn't even know about, like as far as the Africans and man, it was it was heavy, man. Very heavy.
Yeah, very informative. Good to see research done on that side of the hemisphere. You know, we see a lot about what's going on in the Western Hemisphere, but it's good to see what's information that was put out there on the other side of the pond or whatever you want to call it, from Africa. So it was very informative.
And how'd y'all enjoy the whole experience of coming out to a movie theater to see something about, you know, our heritage?
That was nice. I mean, it was my first time coming to any type of movie premiere. We came from Chicago, you know, so it was very well put together, very established, you know, so it was definitely an experience.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I just wanted to add one more thing. Even with the Arab nation, that was the first, man. That was some in-depth information, even going into the Arabs, man. Yeah.
So definitely a great experience. So as you can see, I'm telling you, man, it was some heavy information coming out. If you in New York, like I said, that's next month, towards the end of January. And then on this one, my light was beginning to go dead, so just bear with me. And let me tell y'all something else. When I do this stuff, like, it's painful for me to watch this stuff again because I see a lot of areas for improvement. So when I go to New York to cover the premiere there's a lot of improvements that I'm gonna make on the. All right, there we go. Yeah, there's a lot of improvements I'm gonna make on this because I saw a lot of areas where I could improve in a whole bunch of areas. So, and I was actually working on that today because I like excellence. You know what I'm saying? All right, shalom, y'all. Brother Michael Israel, and I'm here with
Musa.
And Brother Musa, what'd you think of the Hebrews to Negroes documentary?
It was an excellent documentary. A lot of hard work, you could tell, went into it. It was long and informative.
And how'd you enjoy the whole experience of actually coming out to a movie theater and the whole premiere and all that?
Oh, man, it was a different experience. I've never been to a movie theater like this at all. All of our people were here in color. Everybody's dressed, you know. It was just a great time.
It's definitely totally different from anything, you know, we've done in this country. I think it's a new thing, definitely enjoyable. Well, I appreciate you coming on, appreciate you coming out. And did you have anything else?
Nah, if y'all missed it, sorry. Maybe next time. Shalom.
There you go. So yeah, and he said it right, man. If you missed it, you know, don't miss it. Don't miss it. All right, let's see who else we got on here. All right, and these my Jersey-ox, because that's where I'm from. I'm born and raised in Jersey, moved down to Florida because I couldn't take the weather. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, all these cats is from Jersey. So these some good interviews coming up. I like what I want y'all to look for how they came out there. I think it's the model of how we're going to start getting around to these events. So yeah, I'll let you check it out. All right, let me pull it up. And I'm here with
Yahoo Kai Ben Israel.
And brother, what'd you think of the documentary?
Beautiful, very informative. Opened up my eyes to a lot of things as far as the history and locations of where our people are and where other people are, so we can identify ourselves.
And how'd you enjoy the experience of coming out on a premiere and all that?
Long ride from New Jersey, but it was well worth it, and well worth the time, the patience, the money, and the effort.
Absolutely, absolutely.
With the whole family, you know, the C family, you know, so it was a beautiful thing to be able to do that, you know, and I just pray that the Most High keep on blessing the Ark and keep them, you know, pushing that word out and getting the information out to us.
So y'all Jersey, I'm originally from New Jersey, from Fanwood, New Jersey. Now y'all gonna be out there at the New York show?
Probably so, you know. We will be out there, right? Yeah, we're going to be there, you know, because, we got to represent, you know.
That's what's up.
Our hands up and, you know, stay pushing at our people to go ahead and keep moving forward.
All right. I look forward to seeing y'all out there. Now y'all wanted to take a picture?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So, and what you're going to see in the next interview, they're gonna talk a little bit of how they got out there. So, let me fast forward. Let me see. Yeah, they came out deep, man. They came out heavy. So there was a bunch of them. All right, they brought their wives and everything, and all I gotta say, man, all the women, man, it was a taste of how the kingdom was gonna be. Because the women, man, the women were dressed down in Hebrew garbs. You know, that's why events like this, they're good experiences because. You know, or it adds to the experience. This event, you get to dress up and dress in your Hebrew culture, and it's awesome, man. It's awesome. That's why I look forward to the New York event. I gotta, you know me, I was dressed all out like a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I like to dress. But yeah, man, you'll see. Just watch, and if you don't see here, what you need to do is go on my Michael Israel profile page or on Spiritual Combat, but I uploaded all the pictures on my Michael Israel page. At least I think I did. If you didn't see your picture up there, definitely reach out and contact me, because I had a ton of pictures. I just picked the best ones. But if you think I forgot to put one of your pictures up, contact me. But you could go on my page and just check out how some of the people were dressed, man. It was awesome. All right. So let's go to the next interview. Get the sisters what they felt. Shalom, y'all, brother Michael Israel. I got him up here and I trapped him. You see how smooth I am? Yeah, hold on. Anyway, one by one, what'd y'all think of Ron Dalton's Hebrews and Negroes movie?
Amazing.
Awesome. A blessing.
Life-changing.
Awesome. And you're going to head this interview up now. Come on. Oh, no. And did you ladies enjoy the whole experience of coming out to a movie premiere?
We did.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's a dream come true.
It's history in the making. That's why we had to press to come out. We rented a van, and so we're just thinking family the whole time. We're thinking tribes, family, just more exposure to who we are. And the prayer was that those that come out, that they take it in and they make the return, because that's the ultimate goal that we want to do. We want for Israel to return so we can get back to Zion. That's the bottom line.
That's right. That's good. And it sounds like y'all enjoyed the whole thing of even the whole trip and everything.
Yeah, we did. We sung praises to the Most High on the van. We just
cracked jokes, and just enjoyed each other as families should.
Yeah, it was exciting to know that we were coming to see history in the making. So, you know, the whole experience was very upbeat and you know, it was a beautiful thing.
And just so y'all know, I mean, after, because he told me that y'all are driven out and the whole thing, and we're going to model that. I mean, that's the way to go, because air travel, you'll go broke and it's stressful. So, yeah. All right, but I appreciate y'all sisters coming out. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Shalom, y'all. Shalom. All right, and like I said, they had they drove out there from Jersey, so I think they said it was an 8-hour drive, but you know, it's a good model. I'll let this brother talk about it, because I asked some more about it, and it's just a good model of the way to get around, because we need to be coming together with like-minded people so we're able to do stuff like this. So let's see. Okay. Whoops. There we go. All right. Shalom, y'all. I am here with Elder
Nelson Hayspell from New Jersey.
From Jersey, my hometown. And what'd you think?
It was awesome. It was awesome. So much information, but just to show that we're spread out the four corners, just all the research and all that he put into it. I mean, it's just awesome. Words can't even describe it. You know what I'm saying? They got it. Everyone's got to see it wherever it comes to their area. They got to come and see it. Yeah. I mean, this is living proof of who we are.
Absolutely. And Elder, I'm gonna have you come, because I meant to have you come on the show the last time when I was up in New York, but I'm gonna have you come on the show next couple days. But something else I want you to bring out when you come on the show is the process of the way y'all came out here, because I think that's a model for how we can begin to travel to these events and cut costs and fellowship while doing it. And just tell the people real fast how you came out here and what you did.
Well, we just got together and we just knew how it was going to cost, you know, by plane or train. So we just got together and said we'll rent a van, and a couple of brothers said that, you know, they'd be the drivers, and we just put it all together and got out here.
Awesome. Definitely. All right, Elder, I appreciate you coming on.
Always seeing you. It's always good seeing you, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right, thank you. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm a bring him on the show. Hey, Yehukanah, man, you heard that? Help me out on that one. But yeah, I want to bring him on the show, just so he could discuss that, because I mean, the air travel was stressful. I ain't gonna lie, man, because I had all my equipment. We were running late for the plane, because what happened, we got to the airport. We like, okay, boom, we checked our bags, and we like, cool. I was like, we shaking and moving. We came around the corner, and the line for the security check was like a half mile long. It was like something out of a movie. And we were like, uh-oh. And we stood in that line. Then when you finally get up there to the check-in point, I got all this equipment, my laptop, some cameras, all this. They make me take it all out of the bag, put it in 20 totes. I'm watching my equipment. I'm watching the kids. Got my shoes off. I'm trying to account for everything. My stress level's like that. And we running late. I'm trying to pack the stuff up quick. You know, we running, and we literally missed the plane by literally like 2 minutes. I don't even think it was 2 minutes. It was less than that. We missed the plane. So, and that was on the way to Detroit. Well, they rebooked us on another plane, and it turns out that plane, because the plane we were going to take stopped in Atlanta and was going to sit there for 45 minutes. Well, the plane they booked us on took us directly to Detroit. We actually beat our luggage there. You know what I'm saying? So all praise to the Most High, worked out for the good. But all that to say, that air travel could be brutal, man. It's expensive and all that. And I like what this Hawk said. I just saw somebody post in there, don't forget about charter buses. That's another option. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one of the brothers and sisters has a big car. You know, you got to do the math. You know, if it's cheaper, because one of the other things they were saying is the sisters fixed food, so they weren't pulling over, buying McNasties and all these other places. So it was a good thing. I like what they did. I think I'm gonna definitely model that. So let me continue forward. Let's see who else I got in there. All right, let me see. All right, here we go. We'll go with the next one. Like I said, I got plenty of interviews here. They're good interviews, y'all. All right. Not that time yet. All right, here we go. Israel, and I am here with
Teron Carter.
And Tianu Carter.
Alexina Wilder.
Okay, and what did y'all think of the Hebrews to Negroes documentary?
I think it was powerful, very informative, and necessary. You know, it was definitely information that, as on our journey, just that we've come into, but it's so good to see it on a larger platform, on a broader scale, where everyone can get a hold of the information and take it, and it's in detail too. It's not like a theory or just an idea, but it's something it's concrete, and it's a foundation to start from, to grow for all of our people, for the tribes.
Hold on one sec. What that was because that was getting good. That was just the tape. It's or not the tape, but the recording. It after a certain amount of time, it cuts it. All right, but we're gonna get back into it. Just bear with me. All right, there we go. Let me rewind that a little bit. Okay. Oh, now it's acting up. All right, I'll get it fixed though. That's what I'll do, is fix stuff. All right, let's see. Whoops. Nope, it still wants to act up. This thing gonna have to learn that it just ain't gonna win. Oh, Michael.
I want to say that
it's gonna get it done. All right, so here we go. All right, so let's continue with the interviews. All right.
I want to say that it was very important. We came all the way here from Minnesota, and we wanted our kids to see it, so we brought them so they can know who they are. And so I just want to say thank you for everybody to put it together.
And how long a drive is it from? Did y'all drove or flew?
We flew.
Evidently, Minnesota's you can tell I failed geography because I don't know how far it is. But anyway, so what'd you think, Sid?
Oh, I thought it was just very powerful, and it was very revealing. And as my daughter and my son-in-law, I came from Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah. And I know you didn't drive.
No, I didn't drive. And I brought my grandsons with me, and because I think it's important, especially for them being black men, that they know truth. And we've read the books, so I am just super excited to see it in action, like you said, on a bigger scale, because the more it reach out into the community and beyond, the more people is going to start awakening and start seeking knowledge.
Absolutely. And you need to hook up with Sister Koya. We're going to link up since we right there in town. Okay, and my other question is, how did y'all enjoy the experience of just coming to a movie premiere?
Wow. It was more than I hoped for. It was just fantastic. Thank you.
It was beautiful to see an array of people that look like me, and we're all together for one purpose, to say this is an amazing project, and it is sharing who we are as a people. So just to be around a community was just amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely it was a great experience to come together as a community, especially for a movie premiere event. You know, a movie like this, no shoot 'em up, bang bang, or something that's just being out there to be out there for entertainment. This is more of a edutainment, if you will. And now the experience is great, man. So I would do it again.
There you go, man.
First, it was yes. I mean, being the first, I couldn't have picked a better one to make it at.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. That's right. So I'm Michael Israel. Y'all heard it. All right. So let's go to the next one. We're going to go to the next one. Just bear with me. I'm going to fast forward. Let's see. All right. So as you can see, man, it was just heavy information, man, coming out. It was good. It was across the board. It was an awesome experience just being out there, you know. So I'm telling you, don't miss that New York event. If you in that region, don't miss it. You're going to be looking like Israel, and I'm here with
Yehudi Brown.
And what'd you think of Ron Dalton's film?
I think that it was really awesome, and I thank y'all that I had a time to, live in this period and to get to know this information, and to be a part of the premiere just lift me higher. Giving all praise to y'all.
Awesome. So that brother Yehudi, you heard it right there, man. It was awesome. All right. Let's see who else we got. Here. All right. All right, here we go. All right. Here with
Baruch Ben Yahu.
And Brother Baruch, what did you think of the film?
I thought it was wonderful. One of the best films I made for our people. One of the best films I ever seen. But I have a story of myself because as Ron Dalton made the movie and how he struggled, believe it or not, I haven't worked in 6 months. And the shoes I have on, one of my aunts bought it for me.
Wow.
My elder from New Jersey has actually bought this shirt for me. But you know what? The Most High provides. He provides running water for his people who love him. And I love him. And I want this movie, I want everybody to see this movie. That way we can wake up and feel to the true identity of who we are, because it's a beautiful thing.
Right. And there's no excuses, man. Come on out. Support the brew.
Absolutely. When the show comes up in New York, I already spoke to my daughter who isn't in the truth, but I told her, come on out to the movie and see it. Now maybe I can explain it to her. Maybe this movie might be the thing to wake her up. Absolutely. I think it's wonderful. Mishpachah, family, all my family out there, and to Michael Israel. Man, where you work at? Because you look like you always make your movies while you working.
What do you mean, make my movie?
No, you're in the car, and you talk about you going to work or...
Yeah. I just be grinding, 24/7 grinding.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But okay. Nice. Shalom, family out there. Shalom, Mishpachah, shalom.
All right. I'm Michael Israel. That was Brother Baruch. He enjoyed the movie. Shalom, y'all. All right. So, brothers coming from far and wide. All right. And this is another from the Detroit area, another ministry. So we'll definitely take note if you're in the documentary.
The documentary was awesome. He put together some information that's very, very scholarly. You cannot dispute this. If you don't know you're a Hebrew, watch this movie and you will know who you are. And I think that with all the labor, the love that he put into this movie, it not only is enlightening, but it's also inspiring. It's going to make you want to study and look and find out what your heritage is. You are from Jacob. You are Jacob's seed. And it's time for us to wake up. And I'm so excited because we're waking up all over the country and all over the world. So I want to thank Ron. You did a tremendous job on this particular movie, and I thank you for doing that. A lot of people are going to be awakened because of it.
Right. And how'd you enjoy the whole premiere experience?
Oh, the experience was awesome. I met some people from different states. This is going to be a catalyst to draw us all together. It's time, Hebrew Nation, for us to arise. Stand up. Come on, let's get together. And we're not going to be like we were before when we were Christians. We're going to get together and we're going to do some things together. So it's time for us to build our commerce, build institutions. You know, it's time for us to build schools.
Right.
Instead of sending our kids to the secular school, let's do our own thing.
The public fool system.
The public fools, okay. So we want to thank you once again, Ron, for that labor of love that you did. All right. And we're from Congregation Beit Ephraim.
I was getting ready to ask you that, man. Because, and the reason I say that is on the spiritual comment show, I get a lot of people in this area asking about ministry. So
yes, we're Congregation Beit Ephraim. We're located at 26701 Joy Road, right in Dearborn Heights. Come be with us every Sabbath at 10 o'clock in the morning. We'd love to see you there.
Do you have a website, or are you on Facebook or anything like that?
We don't have a website, but I have to tell you about this new radio station. You got a minute? Can I get that?
I got plenty of time.
Okay, good. I want to tell you about this new radio station that's being built. It's called WONI. The call letters are One Nation Israel. And we're trying to invite all the pastors and teachers from all over the country. WONI. Come, let's gather together under one or two or three banners for radio stations. So when we come together, we're not on a Christian station. Yeah, I want you to keep that.
That's perfect.
We're not trying to, shorten our words because it's Christian and you might offend somebody. Come on over here. Let's tell the truth, uncut, and let's get it out there.
Okay.
Amen.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to definitely, if you could write your contact information on there, because I want to bring you on my show so you could get the word out on the Spiritual Combat Show, and you get the word out about that.
Okay.
I like something.
And I got to tell you, I got to put this plug in. You won't believe what it's going to cost. For a 2-hour show, $29.95 a month.
Okay. Wow.
2-hour show.
Okay.
All right. So I will definitely give you the information, and we'll get together, man.
All right. I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate all the info, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Bro. Got a great name.
All right. So there goes that was another person. Definitely need to find out more about that radio show that he was talking about. And here is Mr. Ron himself. All right. Now let's check out Mr. Ron. How'd the night go?
The night went great. There's a lot of people, it looked like a full house that was there today, and everybody enjoyed it. I didn't really see too many people falling asleep. I know the movie was pretty long, but for the most part, everybody that saw it, they were excited. They were so thankful. They were so gracious. They were overjoyed with the amount of information that they seen, and finally the truth coming out on screen about the true identity of the so-called Negro. And they're already spreading it on social media, Facebook, Instagram, emails, because they wanted to be shown again in Detroit and in other cities as well. So I'm excited that this push has finally began, and the movie, it took almost 3 years to make, is finally done, and I could just finally take a deep breath in and say that, now it's the next step is marketing it and promoting it so that the whole world gets to see the movie Hebrew Sneakers Wake Up Black America.
And Lucas, what'd you think of the movie?
I thought it was very informational. I mean, the knowledge that's going to be spread abroad is going to be validated when you look at the scripture with it. And as a person of the nations that done my own research long ago and looking at what Ron put together, cumulative, for anybody that has any doubts, any questions on this topic, has an interest to know the truth. Once you see that, you compare it to scripture, there's no turning back. I mean, if you really have an honest heart, you want to honor the Most High and truly acknowledge who his true people are, the seed of Abraham, it's going to be a nail in the coffin, in my opinion.
Now, and how'd you enjoy the whole experience of coming to a premiere?
I really enjoyed it. The trip up was great, and I've never been to Michigan. The only thing I'll say is it's cold.
Hey, I'm from Florida, so I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been a great experience.
Okay, awesome. So, Ron, what's next on the agenda?
We're going to stream it on most likely Vimeo on demand. They have different platforms like that one and Quality TV. So the next step is getting it streamed online, so anybody that has Wi-Fi internet across the whole world, they can see the movie, whether you're in Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, Africa, the Caribbean, Ukraine, Israel, Brazil, the Americas. You're going to be able to see the movie. All you got to have is Wi-Fi internet, and you can stream it. Y'all Willem, we're looking to stream it January 1st, right in time for the new year, 2019. So once that happens, we want everybody to spread the word about streaming the movie, watching the movie, and having the whole family, friends, and pastors and clergy. Everybody needs to see this movie.
All right. So y'all heard it there. Y'all heard it Spiritual Combat first. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, with that said, Michael Israel here to premiere. All right. So yeah, he's bringing out that info. Let me see. I think I got some more interviews. All right. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we do. We got some more. So I'll go ahead and let's get it moving. Real abbreviated. Shalom, y'all. It's Michael Israel, and I'm here with...
Hi, Pamela Knight. Shalom, Anderson Assembly. How are you?
And what'd you think about the whole experience, a documentary coming out to a premiere?
It wasn't more of an experience. It was like a reunion. It was like a family reunion, and I wanted to find out what was my part in the family. So my encouragement to everyone is to, guess what? Seek the Ruach. Find how you can help us to promote the movie, not just financially, with prayers or anything that the Most High puts on your heart. This is not a cause just for Brother Ron. It's a cause for the nation. It's a cause for the family. He says, where two or three are together, he's in the midst. So what we want to do is that we want to align ourselves together so that the Most High can hear us, hear our plea, and hear our cry, and so we can hear up and go home.
Right. So yeah, with that said, we have to head up out of here. Got one more interview, and then we're gonna. So yeah, I had my equipment, that backdrop behind there. I had to break that down. So yeah, it was getting late. It was a long day, but we got one more interview though. We do. So let me pull that up. All right, shalom, y'all. I'm here with
Sakal.
All right, and Sakal, what'd you have to say?
I was gonna say the movie was beautiful. Praise Yahuwah for it, and I was gonna say never put Yah down. Yah come first, but Israel, we gotta put aside different doctrines, campers, and Hebrew groups. We gotta come together. Yahuwah's bringing us together. So come check out the movie. And brother Mike got a beautiful show, Spiritual Combat. I watch your show a lot, brother. Praise the Most High.
All right. So yeah, definitely good message he's bringing out there. But yeah, man, it was awesome, man. It was a awesome experience. Like I said, we gonna be in New York here in about 30 days now. I think we inside 30 days. But I'll be out there, and like I said, I'm gonna make it better and better. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure the interviews, I'm gonna make sure the coverage is better. You know what I'm saying? Put out a quality product. That's the game plan. Yeah. So Sister Asanawa, she said, I can't lie. I'm waiting for New York, but I wish I was at Detroit. Yeah. That theater was awesome, man. It was like something out of a movie. You know what I'm saying? And I told Ron long ago, I was like, yeah, I committed to it, and I told him I'd do the event coverage. That was a while back, And yeah, it was an awesome experience. it was we were busy up there. You know, me and Sister Koya, you know, we were shaking and moving and running around, and you know, and it was our anniversary while we were up there, and we didn't really know the restaurants and all that, so we picked the restaurant, and it was all right. But then when we got to Cincinnati, man, Cincinnati was amazing, man. Like I tell people, man, and I know it sounds crazy. A lot of people were shocked when I said it, but Cincinnati was the best city I've ever visited. You know, and I don't know. I think it partially had to do with the time of year, because it was like empty downtown, and there were no lines. There was just a small, you know, a nice little crowd there. We just loved it, man. Wherever we went, we just, you know, we went to the museum, we saw a movie, we hung out, ate at some of the restaurants, and it was just, man, we just loved it. Everything was real close. So we loved it, man. And then, of course, the men's conference. I mean, you could feel it that was that was the beginning of something huge. What's going on in Cincinnati? I don't know why it's Cincinnati, but it's like it's gonna be big, man. Working with those brothers Ty Serve and Yosef and all them, man, it's gonna be good. But like I said, I'm working on it. Yeah. So like I said, it's about that kingdom work, man. It's work, but it's work you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? It's a joy doing that type of work. But yeah, man. So in a nutshell, that's. Let me see if I got any more. You know what? Morris and Josh came on, but I had turned the mic off. Let me make sure though, cause I was getting ready to start breaking everything down, and we're like, whoa, you know. So let me see if it worked, but I don't think it did, cause I had the mic off. That's something else I'ma improve upon. Let me see. Everybody was saying how bright that light I had was. Yeah, the mic was off. And you know Morris, man, he have you dying when he do interviews, you know. And then go Josh. He complain about the light too. He's like, man, that light, man. I'm like, that's what lights do. They bright. Yeah, man. Oh, Morris, man. But yeah, he gave a good interview, man. And, you know, I'm going to have him on the show, though. I'm going to bring him on the show, talk about it. But yeah, man, all these brothers, man, these are some busy brothers, man. These are some hard-working, wise men, man. All these brothers. Ron, Josh, you know, Morris and all these guys, man, these guys are smart. They're talented, and all praises they use their talent to, you know, for the kingdom, for kingdom building. I respect them for that. Ron, man, people don't, you see, I be seeing it, because I'm terrible when it comes to, like, scholarly stuff. I'm a nightmare, you know what I'm saying? I'm good at fixing things. That's where my talent's at. So when I see somebody like Ron who could just retain information and can study for extended periods of time, you know, without falling asleep, like, you know, I can respect that, you know, and he's the same. He respects my technical ability, but he could have taken that skill he has, which I would call it like hyper focus, hyper concentration. He could have taken that and become a doctor and made big money for this empire. But he didn't. He took it and used it for kingdom work. Because he's basically a doctor. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, it was an awesome experience. Sister Koresh and the kids, they loved it. they like me. They especially love Cincinnati, you know. But like I said, New Jersey, New York, that's my home. I always love going to New York, man, seeing my peoples out there. So I'm looking forward to that, and being out in New York, building with everybody, and it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. So yeah, man, my man, you're hooking on Yasha. He said working hard like a Hebrew, like Hebrew slaves. That's right. Yeah. But we kingdom building, man. We doing that kingdom work. Anyway, something else I gotta tell y'all. Tomorrow, what time is it? It's like 8. My phone went dead. Y'all put what time it is in there. Somebody put what time it is in the comments. I might do it tonight, but I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. What I'm gonna do, because of certain situations that have happened, I am gonna do like a quick show, and I'm gonna just lay out the basic beliefs I have, or Spiritual Combat has. You know what I'm saying? We believe in the whole book from Genesis to Revelations. We believe in Christ. We believe in Paul. You know, all that stuff. I don't believe in smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go through all what Spiritual Combat believes. And basically, it's 9/11. Yeah, I'm going to probably do it sometime tomorrow. But basically, we believe exactly what Rebirth believes. You know what I'm saying? Josh, you know, I specialize in relationships and social development, getting your mind right, spiritual development, becoming a man, becoming a woman, you know, character building. That's basically what I specialize in. Outside of that, I follow Josh. Like I learned my doctrine and my Bible stuff from Josh. I watch him and I study the word myself, you know, and get my understanding. So, you know, I just want to put that out there. And like I said, I'm going to do a video, you know, further reiterating that. So nobody, you know, but just all in all, I'm pretty normal. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that people might think is out there is, yeah, the Bible clearly says you can have multiple wives. I don't push that. Most men are not man enough to really, and mature enough and spiritually develop enough to handle that, especially in this captivity. So, like I said, that's not something I push, and I'm like trying to get everybody to be that, because people got a lot of work to do. They got a lot of spiritual growth to do, even me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but you know, I'm not gonna sit there and try to bend what Scripture says. But outside of that, there's nothing weird going on over here. I'm not hiding nothing from y'all on my beliefs with Morris and them, and we've had talks with their mindset. Rebirth's mindset is the same doctrinal understanding I have. You know what I'm saying? And but like I said, I'm gonna do a video tomorrow, just kind of, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and I'm gonna post something on my Facebook so everybody knows where I'm at. You know, because I think that needs to be done. Because you know, I've seen it before. I've been following folks, and then they say something. I'm like, whoa. You know, I was listening to them for a while too. It's like, dang. You know. So I just think, you know, I y'all already know from watching Spiritual Combat that I'm brutally transparent, you know, to the point where I throttle it back so folks don't think, you know, they don't get all uncomfortable and everything. But yeah, man, yeah, with that said, man, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. Appreciate all y'all over there on Facebook checking it out. I hope y'all like the new look of the show of Spiritual Combat Studio. I'm constantly, I do my kingdom work with a spirit of excellence. So I'm always improving on stuff and looking for where I can improve stuff. That's why, for instance, Spiritual Combat, if you look back, shows and shows back, you'll just see it constantly improving. Same thing with my event coverage. When I cover these events, I constantly try to improve the quality of what I do. With covering Ron's movie premiere, there were a lot of areas where I see I could improve at with my equipment and stuff like that, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to bring y'all a quality product. All praise to the Most High. Anyway, with that said, y'all enjoy y'all Shabbat. I'm going to do a Shabbat lesson tomorrow. It's going to be on basically, because I really don't have a title for it, but it's basically going to be about why men and women need to develop personality development. You know what I'm saying? Being a more outgoing, socially balanced person. I'm going to be talking about basically how that's an indicator of what's going on within a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And how once you get it right in here, it begins to come out in how you deal with people, how you talk, your personality. So I think that's what the lesson's going to be about. You know, it's going to be a good lesson. So I'll be teaching that in the morning. And yeah, it's going to be good. So anyway, with that said, y'all, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get something to eat and begin to wind down. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Spiritual Combat. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did enjoy it, share it. Put it out there. But with that said, y'all, I'm going to take it out with the Spiritual Combat song, which I'm going to be making into a video here very soon. You know, as soon as I get time. With that said, shalom, y'all. You coming? You can wave bye to people.